Hello, West Seneca. It's Mr. Bystrak checking in with all of our students as we enter our fourth week of our school closure. Believe it or not, it's been a number of weeks. We're entering our fourth week of the closure, and we haven't been in school since March 13th. So that seems like quite a long time. Lots of changes have taken place since that time. Just in my yard alone, my grass is growing. I'm going to have to cut it at some point. There's leaves starting to bud on the trees, and we have a lot more daylight than we'd had just a few short weeks ago. Unfortunately, we're still not back at school yet. But to all of our students, I hope that you are taking some time to sort of write down your thoughts and collect yourself a little bit and think about how you've changed, how the world's changed a little bit over the past few weeks. It's important to be mindful of that. I was talking to my wife the other day, a couple of days ago, a little bit about what it was like when I first started off in the school district. I was a school social worker when I first began working for the West Seneca schools. Before that, I had done some social work, outside of the school districts. But in coming into the district, I will never forget my first day on the job. First day on the job actually wasn't with students, it was with all the staff. We had gathered over at West Senior High School in the auditorium. And just imagine, it's not just the teachers gathering, it's your custodians, your bus drivers, your principals, the Board of Education was there. And we had an opportunity to hear from our superintendent at the time, who spent a great deal of time talking to the group about some of the adversity and struggles that some of the more veteran staff in that room had been through, and how those struggles made them stronger as a unit and really kind of defined how they moved forward as a group. And then he started to talk a little bit about the newer generation, which included myself in that particular case, and about how we were going to have our own fair share of struggles, and really kind of challenged us to be together and to work together through those struggles, and talked about how that would bind us together as a group, and that we would find strength in that unity and having worked through things. I never forgot that day. That always really resonated with me, and it's been a number of years since that time. And I can tell you over those years that there have been a number of situations and events that have taken place in my career with the district that I did have to work together with my colleagues, with our school community, with our families, to be able to get through. And I'm pleased to say that for the most part, I really do feel as though we've come out on top and been able to do that. And I can definitely say that I feel closer with my colleagues and the school community as a result. Right now, you, our students, are also joined in with us in something that is, really spans beyond our district. This is the coronavirus pandemic is something that right now you are experiencing right along with your families, with our school staff. And as a group, this is your time to stand united, and this is your time to become stronger as a result of some of this adversity. So obviously this is going to look different whether you're in first grade or in 12th grade for that matter, the way that you band together and work through this. But at the end of the day, you're all experiencing it, and it's important to be able to consider, how you're going to be responding to that. My advice to everyone, is to consider yourself as a shaper of the society and our response to COVID-19, as opposed to someone who's being shaped. All right, the shaper has influence. You have influence. All right, as to how things, how we respond as a society. Or you are helping to create that. Those who view themselves as being merely shaped by what's going on sort of are saying that I don't really have any influence, and that's just not true. So view yourself in that regard as much as possible. You're going to have opportunities every day for personal growth, but also to spread positivity during this crisis, and I would encourage you to look for those opportunities. They come along, and it's just the important part is being able to recognize them. I almost look at it like a baseball pitcher is throwing pitches at you. You're the batter, and you've got to be willing to take some swings, and basically to take advantage of the opportunities that are presented to you each and every day. How can you spread positivity? How can you grow personally and help our society to move forward? If you think I'm speaking on too grandiose of a level, I'm not. All right, how you respond really is helping our society. So please take that seriously. So what I'm describing, though, okay, this really is more of a marathon than a sprint. You need to really be able to look at this as a longer-term process, as how our society moves forward here. And there's some things that I think are very important for you to consider for yourselves. Number one, first and foremost, to all of our students, you need to be taking care of yourself. All right, exercise, getting outside, those are two things that I will tell you almost 100% of the time. If you are getting exercise, if you're getting fresh air, almost 100% of the time, you're going to be feeling better. That will improve your physical health, but also your psychological health. You'll feel better. Read. I may have mentioned this before. Keep reading, all right? It's critical. Your sleep cycle, it's probably changed a little bit over the past few weeks since our school's been closed. Make sure that you are getting regular sleep. It's important not just for your body, but also for your mind as well. And there's one thing that I need everybody to know: you are not alone in this. All right. It may feel like that sometimes. All right. I think everyone at one point or another feels alone, but it's never true. You're never alone. If you are feeling alone, whether for an hour or an entire day, reach out to someone. The best way to get at that is to talk to someone. Talk to a parent, a teacher, a friend, whomever you feel comfortable speaking with, but you are not alone, and you never will be. All right. Not through this entire crisis, not ever. You are not alone. All right. So this coming week, many of our students might be celebrating Passover or Easter. For those students, I hope it's enjoyable. I hope it's relaxing for you. I hope you get to spend some time with your family. Not that you're not already doing that, but just to the rest of our students, to everyone, I would say, be safe, stay strong, and I'll check in with you next week.